For those people watching this video wondering what the next big game might be, this video is tailored for those to get an idea as to what we can expect the future to be when it comes to gaming, whether it be casual or hardcore. Now, I want to title this video The Future of Hardcore Games, and what I mean by a hardcore game is one that's roguelike in the sense that when you die, you lose everything you work for or you brought into that match. Now, games such as Escape from Tarkov has offered many competitive and casual gamers hours of fun with diverse opportunities through questing, looting, running around on several maps, and it offered a very unique hardcore shooter-looter extraction style of gameplay. And while it seems to remain at the top of this genre, there's a few games I want to discuss that deserve some attention for their spin on this genre of game. And to preface this, I'm probably going to say hardcore shooter-looter extraction. Some people say hardcore looter shooter. It doesn't really matter. You can call it whatever you want to, but these games are what they are, and they're extraction-based games. Now, if you follow Escape from Tarkov, you may know that it's been months since we've seen a major update or patch. In previous years, these patches and updates tend to revitalize the player base and keep bringing in new players into this game. Now, the lack of this content has led many people to stray towards more classic genres of games like FPS and Battle Royales, such as Call of Duty or Apex Legends. Now, Call of Duty and other popular games tend to cater to the majority of gamers. But there's a rare breed of gamers that are called Tarkov players, and we tend to enjoy the torture of losing everything when you die. Now, this ultimately leads to an announcement that many of us have seen, and that's Call of Duty's spin on this extraction style of game called the DMZ. Now, there has been more information released to the public about what we can expect this DMZ game mode to be, but honestly, this AAA title tends to always have its same Call of Duty-esque style of game to it that some of us just don't necessarily love or enjoy like it used to be. Me personally, I grew up playing Modern Warfare 2, and with the new re-release of Modern Warfare 2, all I can say is that it's Call of Duty. We know what we can expect from them. We know they can deliver something fun and unique. However, it's just Call of Duty, and there's not much variance in how they do things. Now, if you're an Escape from Tarkov player, hearing about me talk about COD, you probably want me to shut up, and honestly, I want me to shut up as well. However, the announcement of DMZ is very useful to the community of Tarkov, and you may be wondering why, because players from Tarkov are definitely going to leave to go play DMZ, and you're not wrong. However, DMZ exposes the whole Call of Duty player base to this extraction style of game. And for many people, they enjoy realism, whether it be shooter realism or roleplay or RPG, whatever. I guess roleplay and RPG are the same thing. But essentially, Call of Duty is going to bring more attention to extraction style of games, and people might look to Tarkov and other games for the same crazy hit of dopamine that you get when you kill someone and you steal all their loot, like a little loot goblin that you are. And that's great, because Call of Duty can definitely take off with the DMZ game mode and do things right that Tarkov hasn't been able to do, such as server end stuff, hit registration, and whatnot. That's always a problem for a lot of games. And in the past, Call of Duty tends to be a little bit better with it just because they have a larger budget. So it's going to provide some competitiveness for Tarkov as well as give it some exposure. Now, there's way more than just DMZ to discuss. One of the other games that I want to talk about that is this hardcore extraction style game is Dark and Darker. Some of you who are watching this video probably heard about it. Pestily covered it. He played it on stream as the alpha release or testing release, and I unfortunately signed up for the beta testing. I got in, but I just missed the last period, so I'm going to have to wait till December to be able to get content and videos showing you guys what it is and what we can look forward to. However, it's essentially a RPG similar to Elden Ring in some sense, but a medieval-ish era spin on it. Extraction game. So think about Escape from Tarkov, but minus the guns and add the crossbows. Now, like I said, there's much content, but in the background you are going to be seeing the trailer, so it gives you a little bit of an idea as to what you can expect. Now, because I haven't got my hands on the game, there isn't much I can actually comment on, but if you ever wanted to play a rogue or a wizard or barbarian, archer, swordsman, and you get the idea, this game will be offering it. And it also has a very unique style of fighting that we haven't seen in these battle royales or extraction based games that is melee heavy. I imagine there's going to be range classes and whatnot, but we haven't really seen a game that focuses on medieval combat and that hand-to-hand combat against other players. So this is really going to be a unique game to play. Definitely keep your eyes on it, and it's very exciting. The next, and essentially last on this list, there is a honorable mention, but I'm not going to cover it yet. The next on this list is Cycle Frontier. This game needs love. And I don't mean by the developers. They are doing an incredible job on this game. I have been playing it for the past week, and as someone who's played Tarkov for over 2,000 hours, I can say with 100% confidence, Cycle Frontier is on par, if not slightly exceeding Tarkov in some senses. Now, I'm going to get to the cons about it later. I've had enough time to play the game where I can really talk about it and say what the positives that I have to say, but they're all obviously negatives and takeaways that will also need to be discussed. So, if you don't know, Cycle Frontier, it is a relatively unknown game for many people out there. However, if you've seen Pesley's videos and whatnot, or whatever, he's been playing it. So there is some content. It's Timmy has also put stuff out there. Shroud has as well. So I'm sure it's had its attention. It's had its spotlight time a bit. But essentially, if you've ever wanted to shoot players or aliens on remote and diverse biome planets while solving loot puzzles to get gear and calling in ships to land so you can survive, then this is your game. The best way to describe it, without going too much into detail, is that it's a four-way weird hybrid child between Tarkov, Destiny, No Man's Sky, and Rust. That's essentially the best way I can put it. But in the same sense, it's its own game. So there's aspects of it that may seem familiar to you, but don't sort of judge it for its attributes that may be pulled from other games. I'm sure there's inspiration from other games in there, but all games pull from other games. It's just a part of the business, and that's how it is. This game is going to be a very fun experience for those wanting to change things up, and I, for one, know I will be playing it a lot more in the future. I'll probably be streaming it, and I just want to say that if you're watching this video, you come from Tarkov, you haven't heard about Cycle, if you're feeling a bit, dried out on Tarkov, seriously consider picking this game up. I know some people are picking up Marauders, which I'll talk a little bit about, but Cycle Frontier is free to play. There is no price tag on it unless you want to buy add-ons in the game. There are in-game stuff, which I don't really have too much of an opinion on. But seriously consider picking this game up. It has a very loyal player base. However, it's very, very small, and it needs some attention to be able to survive and sort of kick itself up a notch into a mainstream game. However, it offers so much diversity in the PvP and PvE aspects of it. I mean, there's bosses, there's dungeons, there's monuments you can call in. It's so diverse and dynamic that there's so much you can do in it, and I really encourage you guys to pick it up, play it, give it a shot. Now, there are some sort of positives and negatives to it that I'm going to talk about real quick. First off, trusted lobbies. So this game has a trusted lobby system, which is great. Essentially, it means if you don't have a backban and your account has been created for a certain period of time, it will put you into a trusted lobby, which means you're not going to have people who have backbans on their accounts. So it reduces the likelihood of running into a cheater. However, because of this, there's a lot of people that aren't actually getting into these trusted lobbies because their account lifetime isn't long enough, or they might have another rack ban or something from a game like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it might be, that is hindering the player base to accessing the same servers. So really, for some of those who are trusted, there's been some problems with running into players frequently and consistently. So that is a thing to just be conscientious of. If you're playing solo, it hasn't seemed to have been much of an issue for me. However, squads and duos has had a bit of a tendency to be a little lackluster at times. But again, I'm not here to trash talk this game. I'm really here to push it to those Tarkov players watching this right now, or any gamer out there who's looking for a casual Tarkov-like game. But anyways, this was essentially my rant on the latest and best new Tarkov-esque games that are out at this moment. I'll probably be playing these until next wipe in Tarkov, just because there's not much to do in that game. But if you enjoyed this video, I got a few more ideas in the making, including a Tarkov tips video. I'm not sure if I will do it until the wipe happens, but I also have some Cycle Frontier videos that are in the mix and in the making, but I need to play it a bit more to get more comfortable. I only have 50 hours in it so far, but I've really been grinding. So anyways, feel free to like and comment. Don't subscribe or do. I'm not picky, but so I failed the outro. It's been a while since I've done this. Anyways, have a great day. Enjoy life, live it, play games, do whatever you want, within limits, of course. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this video if you're a Psycho fan. I'm really curious to know because I'm new to this community. But essentially, yeah, I got more planned and more stuff's on the way. Have a great day and take care, guys.